He stripped. He fucking stripped. Nakiri Sanzumon stripped, but he stripped immediately when he tasted Megumi's food. Man, that was so funny the way they did it. He had his eyes all dark, and he's like, "Oh crap! I stripped as soon as I tried her food." And then he recognizes Tadokoro's Megumi and her power and how much talent she has. He recognizes the elite talent this group has, which is gonna bring some stiff competition in the future matches coming soon in this season. Man, I'm really looking forward to that. What I liked about Megumi's character was that she's walking to her friends, and instead of her maybe being all sad and crying-ish, she just gets down on her knees. She's like, "Holy crap, Kotokiba was fucking scary." And they're like, "Yeah, I understand. He was you were like a bunny running from a rabid dog or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, that's so funny." She's handling the loss really well. She's gonna try and get stronger from this. We'll hopefully get some good character development for her in the future. Really like that about her. She's handling this really well. She's not crying, not sad. She's like, "Oh man, just scary, man." I'll get up on the next one. I'll get up on my feet. Good character development. So the next matchup is Hisako versus Hayama Akira. That's how you pronounce his name. All right. So, and he's all spices, and she's medicinal plants. So it's kind of an interesting matchup. But what I liked about the food that they're going through is that it's a hamburger. And I was like, "Oh yeah, hamburgers, man." When this first came out on the manga, I'm like, "Man, I could really go for like a hamburger or something American." You know how it is with us Americans and their burgers. But the way they made it, I was like, that's not the way it looks like over here. It's so fancy and so good. But the burgers look so good. So before the matchups, they go through all the characters that are going through the matches that day, they go through like this phase of like looking up at the stars or getting ready, and they each mention a person that they're all doing this for. Like another person, like it's not just for them, they're working hard for another person. And to me, I felt like I always wondered who had a bigger goal and a purpose when they were mentioning the name of the person that they were always fighting for. And in my opinion, I thought the Aldini brother, the fact that he was doing it for his twin brother, I felt like that was a stronger reason. And then the second for me was Hayama. And then last for me was always Hisako, when she would always say that she's doing this for Erina-sama. Because for Hisako, I've always felt that, even before this episode, in the first season, now I'm like, "Oh, why are you always just fighting for being second place?" That's what I always felt. So I thought that Takumi, that's his name, I believe, or I keep forgetting the Aldini brothers' names, man. And I love those characters. Sorry, I'll have to look it up after. But had this stronger goal in mind, and then after it was Hayama, then Hisako. So before that matchup, we also run into a new character, Misami Subaru. And he's weird, and he's buff and muscular. He also looks really nice on the outside, and really, maybe a little too nice. But he runs into Yukihira, who's fucking late for the tournament. Everyone's all looking for him, so he can look at their matches from a different viewpoint and get ready and be prepared for their matches when the next round comes. And he runs into him, and it's a kind of a funny dynamic. This guy, he looks all scary and muscular, and then he has this little nice feminine side. He has this nice pretty name on him, and then Yukihira's like, "Oh, it looks really cool and nice." And so they go to the tournaments, and then we learn more about Subaru, and he starts naming everything about Yukihira. He knows everything, like his height, his weight. Does he know his girth? Just wondering, just saying. You never know. I mean, for crying out loud. And then he mentions Aldini, and when he takes showers, and what the fuck? This guy's on stalker mode. Straight up. Someone arrest this guy, man. He's stalking everyone. It's basically, I know you scope out your competition, but dude, when they take baths and what they use and shit like that, I'm like, you got some problems. What the hell? So funny, man. Man, so they're going through this is a different plot point. It's building up to something bigger later down in the season. And while that's happening, Hisako is going up against Hayama. Is that his name? Sorry, I just call him Akira. And they're going head to head. What I really like about this is that we get to see what Hisako as a cook, and I'm really happy for that, because I always thought that in the beginning of the last season that she may be just this side character who is just gonna be those cliche side characters, just follow they're higher up no matter what, and you know, doesn't get much backstory or character development. But no, great character development with her because we get to see her cooking style. Because we already saw Akira's cooking style in the first season. We know he loves curry. We know what he does, and we know what he's gonna serve is gonna be fucking amazing. But her, she kind of like creeped me out a little. She gets a little turtle for the hamburger. She's getting a live turtle, and it chops his fucking head off, and you see the blood squirt. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, poor turtle. I was thinking of like Finding Nemo, the turtle guy. Forgetting his name too. He's like, yo, dude, I was just so sad. The little turtle's like, help me, and then blood. I'm like, oh god, that was nasty. But and then she serves the burger to all the judges, and they love it. They eat that shit up. She adds all these medicinal and stuff like that. I can't really explain. I didn't write any of that stuff down. A lot of explanations down. But what we know is that it's good shit. Then Akira brings his burger, and it's a pita curry burger, and he replaces some of the ingredients that you need for like a he replaces what you need for original burger, like like pickles, and he uses some other plant fermentation or like that has like pickling in that can replace the flavor and the acidity. So and then Hisako's like all thrown off her game. She's like, man, I have to admit, even when I smelled that curry, it blew my shell away, you know. And she's like, oh shit. And then the judges are thrown away by this guy's cooking. They were thrown away by hers too, but this guy took it to another level. And then they decide who's the winner is, and then they decide it's Akira. And here's the thing: she gets like a little devil. She's like, I can't believe it, I lost. And then he comes up to her and is saying, someone who has a goal of being second place can never defeat me. And she gets like, oh, like shooken up by that. And I really like that because that's really important. Because I always felt like, oh, you just want to follow Erina 2 steps behind. How is someone like that gonna beat a guy who's rabid to become first place no matter what? This guy, Akira, he's gonna knock down everyone to get to the top. He's like Yukihira, he's like Kotokiba. But Hisako, she just wants to be behind Erina-sama. That's not enough ambition to beat these guys who are desperate to get to the top spot. You're gonna need a little more goals than that, like a stronger ambition if you want to beat these guys. And you won't be able to with that attitude. That's basically what he tells her, and then she gets thrown off by that. And then she sees Erina-sama, and she's like, oh, I apologize. Which I'm like, oh, why are you apologizing to Erina? You know, this is for you. And, you know, Erina doesn't say anything. She's just like, Hisako, like, and then she runs off. So hopefully we get some more character development with Hisako and the way she sees things and the way she sees her goals. And I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, I think they'll do that. Hisako, I really like her as a character. And I need her to kind of like rethink or reevaluate her ambitions if she really wants to succeed in this school, especially in the second year. But then we get to by the way, the pacing in here I still felt was kind of quick, but it's a good quick, you know, running through these matches, and it's all hype, good shit. And I still feel like there's a manga page missing from here and there, but it's okay because they're not that important. We see some like couple character cameos that are going to be important in the futures. So hopefully they'll go into more deeper detail into it in the next episode or coming episodes. So then the episode ends with the new character Subaru messing with Aldini's fucking big ass knife, and he's creepy as hell, man. And Aldini recognizes, I know you've been messing with my stuff. What the hell's up with you? And he like tries to provoke him, and I don't know, we get a little insight what this guy really is like. You see his tongue sticking out, man. This guy looks like bad news, and we'll see. We didn't see anything from him in the first season, so he's been pretty much built up and hidden for like as a surprise character for this series. People are probably gonna be surprised on what kind of cooking he brings, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see some animations done for some manga pages. Really looking forward to it. As far as ratings go, I'll give it a 4.2 out of 5 star. Good pacing, good character development. Love the cooking, love the food. As always, I got hungry and I haven't eaten breakfast, so I'm really fucking hungry, especially after seeing that episode. Hope you guys liked the review. Subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I'm out.